Hello. Hello. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hello. And when I say morning, I mean afternoon, literally. I can't hear my... Hello. 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 Damn. Stupid thing. Hello. Okay, cool. Here we are. Good morning. Yes. The beast is here. The star for today is here. He is contained. Don't worry. This is Georgie, Poke special guest. Yes, Animal Quest today. Dude, this thing will not stay in my ear. I do this every time. Ow. Please. Please, nice button up, thank you. This is not Alveus merch. We just have Alveus patches, and I ironed it onto this existing REI work shirt. Welcome to Animal Quest episode 4. Okay, now I'm really loud. Welcome to Animal Quest episode 4. It's literally falling out of my ear. Maybe it's not. Okay, never mind. I thought it was going to fall out of my ear. It didn't. Prove me wrong. Welcome to Animal Quest episode 4 at Alveus. If you have not been to an Animal Quest before. Have any of you not been to an Animal Quest before? You're here pretty early. I feel like you have been. It'd be cool merch though. Oh, it's pretty sick. Put the loose wire on your shoulder. That made it so much worse, dude. Oh, look what you did. Look what you did. Put your phone on silent. Embarrassing. I haven't. This is my first time here. Okay, well, if you're here for the first time for an Animal Quest, that's wild. Welcome. This is our fourth episode at Alveus. Animal Quest is highlighting each of our ambassadors and their species. I curate a little educational presentation. We're in the studio. We have done an Animal Quest on our chicken ambassadors. We've done one on Stompy. We've done one on our 2 snakes, Noodle and Patchy. And now we are doing one on Georgie, our African bullfrog. Here, look at him. Amazing. We have a lot of things to talk about today. Small F, love to see it. Love to hear that. I'm really excited about the possibility of the Fs today. And I think it's going to be an interesting one. I feel like they're always interesting, which is good. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We have a lot to talk about, and I guess we'll just get into it. There are polls in this Animal Quest. There is no quiz for this Animal Quest, unfortunately. It just doesn't work. Okay, the quiz extension is just not worth. It just doesn't work. So I'm sorry. But there are polls, so you'll get to participate that way and just follow along. We have lots of videos today that are pretty interesting. And we have Georgie today. We got a taste test. Cool stuff. Cool stuff coming up. I was ready to smoke you guys this time. Next time. I also don't have my glasses on, so if I misread chat and then get mad at you for something that you said, apologize in advance. Here we go. Okay. So, actually, okay. We're going to need to put my mouse. I need to put my mouse on the Prezi. Can you do that, Space? Would you mind? So I can use the keyboard to go through it. Oh my gosh, so early? Not really. Lick Frog Rewrite? No, I will not. Okay, here we go. Animal Quest African Bullfrog Edition. Georgie, thank you, Space. Georgie is an African bullfrog. You can't see him right now, but before we talk about the species as a whole, let's talk about who Georgie is. This video was made by Danny to introduce Georgie. Here we go.
God. Okay, never mind. No, please, Georgie.
All clean. Water. It's only the 4th animal quest. All right. These things happen. Don't worry about it. Connor programmed this stream deck for today, and I can put my cam on the right or the left now. And when I have no cam and then I want to put it on the left, it's titled L cam. Just a little embarrassing. Okay. So that's who Georgie is, or that's where Georgie came from. You just saw it in the video, but yeah, Georgie came from a zoo in California that I used to intern at. That's also where we got Noodle. That's where we got Snork. That's where we got Stompy, as well. So Georgie came from there. They gave him to us for education. And he is an African bullfrog. I will say, there's a very, very good chance that Georgie is female. But we'll talk a little bit more about that here. This is an African bullfrog screaming. A little bit. Okay, so last time on Animal Quest, I did a little more of a segment with snakes and titanoboas. They're 2,500-pound snakes, right, in the past. I'm not going to go too deep into it with frogs, but I did want to tell you guys that there were really big frogs too. But these frogs were like 10 pounds, which is still crazy. And they could eat baby dinosaurs, baby crocodiles, things like that. They lived in Madagascar about 70 million years ago, kind of like large cat, small dog size. So frogs used to be really big. That doesn't really have to do with the presentation. I just wanted to show you guys because I thought it was kind of neat. But anyway, African bullfrogs. Okay, what's an African bullfrog? Georgie is an African bullfrog. They can live between 30 and 45 years in captivity. Georgie is probably about a year old now. So he's a little baby. They're the 2nd largest frog in the world. He doesn't look that big right now. But 2nd largest frog in the world. They can get to be about the size of a dinner plate. So somewhere around this size. But the females are much smaller. Georgie has grown pretty rapidly since we've had him here. But I don't know that he's going to grow to be this size. So Georgie might be female, which is fine. But yeah, they can be really, really big. Big frogs, African bullfrogs. They spend most of the year underground in a state of torpor until rainy season. These frogs can spend 10 months out of the year in South Africa buried underground because they're amphibians. They need moisture in their skin. So for the dry season, they bury themselves. And they wrap themselves in a cocoon of mucus and skin, and that cocoon reduces water loss by up to 50%, which is very, very impressive. So that picture is a frog buried itself in torpor, very, very low state of activity, or very low activity state, cocooned. So they lose less water, which is an incredible adaptation. A little yucky, maybe, but that's okay. Other things about African bullfrogs, they are a carnivorous frog. Most people know frogs eat insects. Georgie does eat insects. Connor, we're going to do the taste test. Georgie does eat insects, but he also eats mice. They can eat small amphibians, lizards. They can eat everything. They're sit and wait predators. So they just wait for whatever comes along and then eat it. So we're going to start off the Animal Quest with a taste test. And Connor is going to help us cameraman for the taste test. Here we go. Georgie hasn't eaten yet today. This is his feeding bin. You guys have all seen Georgie eat. If you haven't seen Georgie eat, say, I haven't seen Georgie eat. We're going to give him 3 options here. A mouse, superworm, and a cricket. And we're going to see which one he wants the most. Space, you want to run a poll? You don't have to care about me. I'm going to put him in there. Oh, wait. I'm going to put his food in there before he goes in there. So that... Okay, you guys are actually all lying. I know you're lying. All right. This is his mouse. Little pinky mouse in the bucket. I'm getting a cricket and I'm getting a superworm for Georgie. Can I catch a single cricket? Maybe? Crickets are fast. I am not. Come here, cricket. Okay. Ow! Oh, you're watching me? Dude, I just stepped on my headset. Okay, cricket in the bucket. Ah, pulled out my frickin'. Oh my gosh. You are kidding. Dude. I hate tech. I'm gonna quit streaming and move into the forest by myself. Never have to deal with wires again. Bunch of frickin' wires. Okay, and then we'll do a superworm. Okay, most people think he's gonna like the superworm. That's funny. That is actually his favorite food. You guys are pretty clever. Here we go. Oh my god.
Give the iPhone headphones over if you want.
That's right. Superworm. My earphone head fell in the superworms. So now it has superworm dust on it. Yeah. Okay. The people voted they think Georgie's going to like the superworm the most. I will give you kind of a spoiler. Superworms are his favorite food. But does that mean he's going to go for the superworm first? No. Not necessarily. Here, I'll take this out. Okay. Time to release the beast. Georgie, we handle with gloves only because he's an amphibian. I'll talk more about this. A really awkward angle. I'll talk more about that later in the presentation. In he goes. He presenting his food. Amazing. Oh, wow. Congratulations, those that voted superworm. You were correct. Only superworms. Well, now he's acting like he's not hungry, but what if there was another superworm? So close. Yum. All right, well, that was a pretty obvious outcome. Georgie is a superworm fan. Taste test completed. Oh.
My finger is trying to point towards the mouse.
Oh, God. He's locked in on the camera.
No way you can jump up here and get the camera.
He can jump pretty high. Georgie, that's not... The food is on the ground.
We should train him in obstacle courses.
Yes. We should. Here, it's down. Oh, dude. Down there.
It's right under you.
Georgie. Mouse. Wow. Oh, nope. Wrong way. Oh my god. What even was that towards? Was that just at me? Here, look. Mouse. Oh, mouse. No. 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 No.
He's hungry.
I know, he just can't. Dude, here. Yes. Yummy. Yay, Georgie. Wow. Incredible apex predator. And there's a cricket if you want the cricket. Look. Oh, wow. It's impressive, actually. The cricket's under Georgie, so he's never going to find it.
That's funny.
Oh, there it is. Look, bud. Cricket. It's National Geographic camera work. One in chat if you think he's going to get the cricket. Two in chat if you think he's never going to figure it out. One in chat if Connor's going to lose a finger. They're saying two. Chat, you've seen Georgie eat crickets. You know that he can. I think he just doesn't really want to.
It's right there. They're a little bit smaller than you usually. Oh,
Did he missed, huh?
almost got it.
He went for it, though.
He doesn't go with like as much gusto as the other stuff.
There we go. A cricket for you. Aw, so close. Okay, one more time. Oh, that cricket can really jump. N.A. frog. Oh, like N.A. Good one. Hillary, thank you for the 10 months. Georgie, it's right here. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Almost.
Oh, you almost had it. Oh, God. No. Over there. I swear he's actually usually pretty good at getting them. Processing. You can see the smoke coming out of his... Oh, never mind. That's a feather. I thought that was the cricket. It's like it's right there. No, Georgie. Over here. Cricket. See? Cricket. There. It's right there. This is it, chat. He's got it on this one. He's, he might not have it. Yeah. That's okay. You're really kind of close there, so it's okay. Chat, this cricket gets to live another day. Drake's in chat for the cricket. Incredible evasive maneuvers. Oh my gosh, relax. Okay, well, there's your taste test, your feeding demonstration with Georgie. Amazing. Congratulations to this cricket. A legend. Absolute legend. Man, this thing's actually really fast. Come here. Dude. Cricket. Oh my gosh. All right. Freedom. Okay. There was our successful taste test. Yes, Georgie's favorite food is definitely superworms. Thank you. But he does eat a mouse once a week. They do have teeth, but they're not true teeth. He's got 3 like protruding. I don't actually know what it's made out of, but they're not true teeth, but they look like teeth just on the bottom of his jaw. All right, back to the L cam. Here we go. So, Georgie is an amphibian. What is an amphibian? A lot of people, okay, so amphibians are small vertebrates. They need water and a moist environment to survive. A lot of people think that the only difference between amphibians and reptiles is amphibians are partially water and reptiles are land. Not completely true. Oh boy, I am dumb. Okay, whatever. I thought I did this with that in mind, but I'm dumb. Amphibians, they have semi-permeable skin. That's the big distinguishing factor between amphibians and reptiles. Reptiles have scaly skin, so Georgie can absorb things through his skin. Again, that's why we wear gloves to handle him, because he can absorb toxins through his skin. Amphibians need water to survive. Their skin has to stay moist, whereas for reptiles, they are the first vertebrates to become independent of water. That's lizards, that's alligators, crocodiles. That's a good exception or example of why it's not just like water and land, because alligators are reptile, right? Amphibians lay eggs in water. Reptiles lay eggs on land. And amphibians experience... He's going on a journey. Amphibians experience metamorphosis, so they go from tadpoles to frogs, which is a really, really neat process. And reptiles are precocial at birth. Precocial at birth meaning they come out, they're ready to move, they're ready to go. Horses are precocial at birth, ducklings. Humans are very much not precocial at birth, useless at birth, but reptiles can just run out of there. Same with horses, same with, whatever. Sorry, that was really aggressive. Amphibian adaptations. Amphibians are sick. Okay, they're so cool. They have so many neat adaptations. One of the ones that I just talked about being metamorphosis. This is a very quick video of how that works. I don't know if there's sound on this video, but I thought it was pretty well done. Isn't this crazy? Frogs are born, eggs are in the water. As tadpoles, they have a tail. Then they just grow legs and lose the tail. Amazing. Y'all know how that works. But that is metamorphosis. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. Other cool frog adaptations and amphibian adaptations overall, their skin. Semi-permeable skin. This frog can only bury himself underground for 10 months out of the year in the wild because they can absorb oxygen through their skin. So they breathe normally and they breathe through their skin. However, that puts them at a very high risk for pollutants because they absorb other things through their skin as well. Some amphibians are so good at absorbing oxygen through their skin that they literally do not have lungs. They physically don't have them. They lack lungs. This is a lungless frog there and a lungless salamander. It's a pretty rare adaptation, but it makes them so at risk to pollutants and stuff like that because they literally breathe through their skin. They absorb everything through their skin. So they're very, very sensitive, but pretty wild skin. Another really cool amphibian adaptation, in this case a frog adaptation, is torpor. Torpor, hibernation, brumation, all very similar things, but I found this really cool video about frogs and their ability to just not do anything and survive, but I'll let the video explain it better.
While the rivers and ponds are melting, the ground remains frozen. And under the leaf litter, someone is pulling off a miracle. This wood frog is frozen solid. Even his eyes are iced over. There's no pulse, no breath.
What?
Slowly, the warmth of spring begins to thaw from the inside out. His heart starts beating.
Yeah, turtles and alligators do this too, brumation.
His brain lights up. And he begins to move.
What is that emote?
It turns out that the frog's liver pumped a syrupy
This is
natural
so relevant.
antifreeze into his cells in the fall. It kept his organs from freezing. Only the water between cells froze. After 8
What?
months frozen, he's completely undamaged and leaping straight for the nearest pond. Now, Alaska's least welcome yearly arrival slowly bursts from its watery home, the mosquito. And it immediately wants blood. Not even cold-blooded frogs are immune. The number of mosquitoes here far outstrips that in any jungle on Earth.
Oh. Anyway, torpor. Somebody asked if alligators and turtles can do that. Yeah, alligators do brumation, which is where they are underwater when the lake freezes over. They stick just the tip of their nose out of the water, and the rest of them freezes for that amount of time, or until the lake thaws, which is really crazy. So yeah, really neat adaptations. Amphibians are nuts. What else we got? Okay, so with all those cool adaptations in mind, frogs are at risk. Amphibians overall are at risk. A couple reasons why, many reasons why in this whole thing. It was really hard for me to pick the ones to teach you guys about because there are so many. One of them being frogs in medicine. Frogs are used in a lot of human medicine and a lot of livestock medicine that I wasn't aware of. There are 47 frog and toad species currently used in traditional medicine. The secretions from those frogs, from the skin of those frogs, are used for infections, for bites, cancer, heart disorders, allergies, inflammation, pain meds, etc., etc., etc. In China, they use toxins from frogs and toads to treat cancer and hepatitis. In Brazil, they use frog intestines. They apply frog intestines to horses to treat parasites. And in Spain, extract from frogs is used to treat hoof rot in livestock. So frogs, toads have superpowers, and they use them everywhere. Couldn't say hemorrhages. Yes, I could. Okay, I just don't want to read the slides word for word because my teachers told me that was bad. Frog leg trade is another reason that frogs are potentially at risk. Frog legs are very, very popular, not necessarily here, but in lots of places in the world. There's an average of 2,280 metric tons of frog legs imported to the U.S. each year. That is between 450 million and 1.1 billion frogs, which I realize is a massive range. But regardless, even if it was at the very conservative estimate of 450 million frogs, that's a lot of frogs for frog legs. And that's just in the US, and that's not where the demand is the highest. So frogs are farmed in captivity, and they're also captured from the wild. And frog farms can contribute to disease and the introduction of invasive species. One of the most popular frogs for frog legs is bullfrogs. People farm those frogs in captivity, and then those frogs escape from the frog farms into waters that they're not native to, and then they outcompete everything else. I was going to talk about something, but it's coming up in the next slide, so we'll just talk about it here instead. What else put frogs at risk? Okay, climate change. As temperatures increase, moisture levels decline. Frogs need moisture. Habitat loss. 22% of the natural habitat of South Africa has been lost since the arrival of European settlers. Georgie is from South Africa. That's why I got that statistic. So habitat loss is a big one. And then pollution, like I said before. Frogs have skin superpowers. They absorb things through their skin. They have semi-permeable skin, so any pollution is just really, really damaging for them. This is the big one. All right. The reason that I wanted a frog as an ambassador is because I wanted to talk about Chytrid fungus. Chytrid is a massive, massive, super, super damaging pathogen. It's caused 124 amphibian species worldwide to lose 90% of their populations. It's a huge deal, and people are doing a lot of research on it, but there's still not a ton known about it or not enough known about it so that it can be stopped. It is wiping out amphibians worldwide. It is no joke. So what is it? It's a pathogen affecting amphibians worldwide, like I just said. It's a fungus that grows on the skin of amphibians and in the mouths of tadpoles. So tadpoles have keratin in their mouths, but not on their skin. Frogs have it on their skin. It disrupts that keratin layer, and it causes the skin to slough off. And then the fungal spores spread rapidly through the water. So, like I said, it sloths off their skin. It makes it so that they can't breathe properly. It makes it so that their water retention is all messed up, and it kills frogs and other amphibians, salamanders, stuff like that too. Origins of chytrid fungus. Okay, nobody knows, first of all. I have a couple theories on here just because it's interesting to talk about, but just so that you guys are aware, like it's not known where it actually came from in the first place. But one of the first theories that I found when I was doing the research for this project is frogs as pregnancy tests. Really popular in the 40s, 50s, even a little bit in the 60s, I think, and I'll let this video explain it a little bit.
Finding out you're pregnant in 2018 is pretty simple. Just pee on a stick. Finding out you're pregnant in the 1940s meant injecting your urine into an unsuspecting frog. For women in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, in order to find out as soon as possible whether they were pregnant, there was only one odd method to use. Doctors discovered that the African clawed frog would ovulate if exposed to the hormone HCG. This hormone is present in pregnant women's urine. Putting two and two together, the next logical step for early 20th century doctors was to inject urine into frogs and see if they ovulate. These tests worked, too. Called the Hogden test, they never gave a false positive. These frogs were traded across the world for this purpose, and they still remain present in many ecosystems that never would have been exposed to these creatures if it wasn't for their ability to function as a living pregnancy test. And that was your Friday Fact. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned every Friday for a new Friday Fact.
So, frogs as pregnancy tests? Has anybody heard of that? Because I hadn't heard of that until a few months ago. Okay, that's enough of an outro, man. I hate them. What, frog pregnancy tests? Humans are so evil. No, okay, so, yeah, 1940s, people brought African clawed frogs over to the States because they were injected with female urine. I knew about rabbits. Yes, so before frogs, they would use rabbits as pregnancy tests for the same reason. They would inject female urine into the rabbits, but in order to see if that woman was pregnant, they had to kill the rabbit and cut it open and see if the eggs swelled up or something, or increased in size. But for frogs, all they had to do is lay eggs. So they're a reusable pregnancy test, not a disposable pregnancy test like the rabbits were at the time. So frogs were a better option for them, and they imported African clawed frogs to the States for that reason. African clawed frogs, coincidentally, are not immune, but much more resistant to chytrid fungus. So these frogs were getting out in the States, became an invasive species, and outcompeted a lot of native species. So that is one possible origin there. The next one we have is the frog leg trade. Again, American bullfrogs, also pretty resistant to chytrid fungus, which happens to be one of the frogs that's traded worldwide a lot for frog legs as food. The pet trade is a big one. Lots of people import frogs as pets into the States, out of the States, all over the world. And there are many, many other theories. Nobody really knows where it came from, but it is a massive, massive problem. So the stats, it's poll time. I went a little over. There are so many frog stickers on Prezi, so I used them all. Poll number 1. What percentage of amphibians worldwide are considered threatened? Chytrid is definitely one of the reasons that it could be considered threatened, but there's habitat loss, there's pollution, there's lots of other reasons that they could be considered threatened, but what percentage of amphibians worldwide are considered threatened? You just have to type the letter in chat. That's how the poll works. Look at him crying. Look at how sad Frog is. He's crying. Lots of people are saying it's 10%, 33%, 64% or 100% considered threatened. Do. Most people, 60% of people think that it's 64%. Either C or D. It's going to be D. It's going to be A. Actually, only 2% guessed that it's... 1%, 2% guessed A. I don't have... All right, so poll's over. 58% of people said 64%. Luckily, the answer is 33%, which is still a third of amphibians worldwide are considered threatened, which is wild. This amphibians is a family. If you look at other animals, that number is crazy. So 33% of amphibians worldwide are considered threatened. Poll number 2. How many amphibian species have been affected by Chytrid? Also want to note that this is like recorded to have been affected, like it's been observed in wild populations. There could be many, many more. 'That have been affected. 5%, 30, 100, 400, or 500 amphibian species. Also, shout outs to Space for running these polls. Big time. Shout outs to Space for answering the poll when he has access to this presentation and watched me make it and knows the answer. What's up, Sinek? What software did you use to make this presentation? It's Prezi. Prezi is what I use. In college too, but it's just a browser. Okay, 41% of people think that 400 amphibian species have been affected by Chytrid. Unfortunately, the answer is 500 amphibian species have been recorded to be affected by Chytrid fungus in the wild, so causing those populations to decline. Poll number 3, the last poll. How many species, amphibian species, are thought to have gone extinct due to Chytrid? Again, this is just from like recorded numbers, you know? It could be more, could be less. Wow, that poll is moving. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. What is that song? I think it's a TikTok song. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's see. 42% of people are saying 90, 26 are saying 200, 23 are saying 50, 8% are saying 10. Dark Knight says feels dank, man. I don't know. You know, it's okay. There's no punishment to being wrong. You can just type your answer. 41% think that 90% of species are thought to have gone extinct due to Chytrid. Well done. Well done. Scientists think that 90 species have gone completely extinct because of Chytrid fungus. It is a huge deal. Pretty crazy. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. And then why should we care about frogs? Or why should we care about amphibians potentially going extinct? Frogs protect clean drinking water. Frogs control the spread of human diseases. Tadpoles, there are lots of tadpoles that eat a lot of mosquito larvae. Mosquito-borne illnesses are the cause of millions of deaths per year. I want to say it's millions of deaths per year. I think that's right. I should have looked up that stat. But mosquito-borne illnesses are huge. Frogs control mosquito populations. Frogs are a source of food and an important part of their ecosystems. Frogs are a source of food for other animals, and they eat other animals. So again, like any other species that we want to protect, they're just an important niche part of their ecosystem. And they have knives. So if you don't protect them, I also want to shout out HARCC, Honduras. I want to say it right. Honduras Amphibian Rescue and Conservation Center. That is Dr. Jonathan Colby, if you guys remember him from my conservation podcast. He has a frog hospital out in Honduras in a cloud forest where they literally are taking frogs from the wild as tadpoles and raising them up in their vulnerable stages and then re-releasing them to protect those populations from Chytrid. I got a lot of the information from this presentation, especially from this slide, off of their website. So they're fantastic. They're doing great work. But yeah, just wanted to shout out them because they helped me for this presentation. Recommendations for how you can protect frogs. Source your pets and your food responsibly. I know that one doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. If you're getting a frog as a pet, which is fine, just make sure that it's a captive bred frog and it's not one that's being taken from the wild and imported to wherever you are. Same with food. If you're eating frog legs, like any animal product, like any product, it's just cool to know where your food comes from. Don't handle or move frogs unless it's necessary. If you're running around, don't catch frogs from the lake and then keep them as a pet. Don't go handling frogs in the wild because you don't know what's on your hands and it can hurt that frog. Don't pick up frogs and move them into another pond because you could potentially be spreading Chytrid. You could be spreading other diseases. So yeah, just don't mess with frogs. Don't mess with wildlife in general. Keep your waterways clean and flowing. Water quality is very, very important to amphibians, to frogs in particular, and don't litter. Littering is bad. Frogs are going to soak up your gross trash juices. Okay? Don't do that. That one felt shorter. It was shorter, wasn't it? It was like 50 minutes, and they're usually like, what, an hour and some change? I was worried it was going to be too long. Maybe I just blew through it. Sorry. But we do still have a Q&A to do. I can show you Georgie up close first, though. Space, you want to help me set up the Q&A? And then while I do a Georgie close-up. No intro, 40 minutes. Too short? Too short? Sorry. I also will say, usually I take like a full 2 weeks to curate these presentations. For this one, I did it in a day. So, sorry. If you have a question, you can do #ask and then your question. And it'll send it to a doc, and then I'll answer some of the questions. Look. He doesn't even know how famous he is, but he's so famous. Not too short, but you rushed it. You're talking too fast. Really? You know what? In college and in high school, I feel like people are always telling you talk too fast. So then I started like trying to talk slower, but then I listened to presentations of me trying to talk slower, and it was really cringe. Like this, I feel like it's just my natural speaking cadence. You know, like I just talk kind of fast. Wow. That was a piece of bark. Profile. Froggy profile. Amazing. He's so famous. Was I talking too fast? Yes. No. Talk normally. Okay. I don't know. All right. Let's do it. Also speaking too high. Oh. Welcome back. All right. Question time. They're more than good. They're great. Okay. Thank you, space. Somebody asked if the cricket is now an ambassador because of the trauma he lived through. Unfortunately, no. Okay, Stealthy. Oh, a couple people asked how much Georgie weighed now and how much he's grown since we got him. Actually, Space, could you check that? Could you check Georgie's last weight oh, I can do it because you're busy. Maybe. Actually, could you do it? Oh, sorry, I don't want to try to do it on mobile. Could you check his last weight in our software? I don't remember what his first weight was. But he was like, when we got him, he was like this big. Little man. Now he's like this big. 67 grand. No way. Why is that table wobbling? Is it? Yeah. It's on wheels. I don't know. It's just how it is. Dude. He's 676 grams is his most recent weight. Orion weighs like 540 grams. 676 grams. Wow. What's the weather right now? Okay, I know that wasn't an actual question, but it was 72 degrees 2 days ago in Texas. When I did the keeping stream on Saturday, 72. T-shirt, walking around, sweating, right? Normal day. Next day, low of 22 degrees. I went outside in the morning and it was 35 degrees. 20 degrees is -6 degrees Celsius. It was like T-shirt and shorts weather, and now it's 20-something degrees. How weird is that? Okay, anyway, that's not good. That's not good. Somebody asked, what is Chytrid? I think you gotta go back in the VOD, maybe. Some of these questions are so... Warworm5 said, will you get more frogs in the future? Sorry that you're going to put this one up because it's going to be a very quick answer, Space. No, I don't think so. I was offered some Colorado river toads before we got Georgie. So there are other frogs that have cool stories. Colorado river toads are the ones where if you lick them, you get high because they produce a toxin that's a natural hallucinogen. But you need special permits for them too. And I think we can use one frog ambassador to talk about a number of things. And we can talk about all amphibians just with Georgie like I did today, so I don't think it's really necessary. Same Drive said, do frogs like being pet? I have never met a frog that enjoys contact. Or at least what I interpret as enjoying contact. I think in general they don't really want to be touched. This is not Georgie's tank, by the way. This isn't where he lives. He's got a bigger tank with water, obviously, in it. This is just a display so you can see him while I'm talking. Yeah, no, I've never seen a frog that likes contact or likes being pet or held or anything. That's why, one, again, gloves. Two, we don't pet him in his enclosure. We only handle him for educational purposes and for feeding purposes. So we don't like hold him during the day just to say hi. Like we take him out to feed him. We put him back after he's done eating. That's pretty much it. Also, we feed him in that feeding bucket because if we fed him in here, he would eat a lot of wood chips on accident and then potentially get impacted. So, and not be able to poop. That's why we feed him in a separate bin. Okay, Don Dorito said, how can you tell if they are male or female? With African bullfrogs, it's just the size. Males get to be this size-ish. When they're adults, big frog. Second largest frog in the world. Females get to be about Georgie's size. I don't know how much more Georgie's going to grow, so we'll see. He's still growing. It's not like he's really stopped, but yeah, we'll see. Also, females, ooh, I might get this one flip-flopped. Ildrix knows this one, or Ildrix might know this one. Females have like a creamier throat color, and then males have like an orangey throat color, or it might be the other way around. I don't remember. I'm looking for questions. Hold on. Okay. I don't know why I'm selecting this question because I don't actually know the answer. But Dr. Hasbin said, how hard can he bite? Man, I don't know why I selected this because I did some research on this because they did tests for bite force of Pac-Man frogs, and it was like crazy, like really, really strong. He's not a Pac-Man frog, but he has a very similar like head structure, skull structure. So I think it's really hard, but I don't have a number for you. So not Pac-Man frogs. And they compared it to some other animal, and it was like a ridiculous animal that's like frogs should not be able to bite that hard. But they can. Anyway. Sorry, that was a... Sick Jedi Dawn said, can you tell us about Georgie's eyelids? Yeah. Georgie has... I will get to him. Georgie has a cool special eyelid that we do not. Give me your leg. He has an eyelid that can I can't see my screen, so pardon me. He has an eyelid that can close. He can close his eyes from the top, which, okay, I was thinking he would do then, but I guess he doesn't really care. And then he has something called the nictitating membrane, which is a clear eyelid that goes from... I need a hand. Oh, hello. I think he just closed it. Okay, see that? When he closes his eyes, close your eyes, bud. Stare. So he's got a clear eyelid from the bottom up, and it acts as like a swim goggle. So it keeps debris out of their eyes if they're underwater or out of water. Keeps dust out of their eyes as well. But they can see through it, so their eyes can be closed and they can still see. Very good demonstration. There you go. It's a nictitating membrane. Birds have that as well as alligators, crocodiles, stuff like that. Built-in goggles, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Amazing. Oh, wow. Space, you can put that up. That's neat. Space got a graph of Georgie's weight. Of Georgie's, can show that weight to chat if you want. You do it. I don't want to mess it up. Space is in the computer. He's gonna end the stream. Wow! Look at that. Look at that. Georgie's weight. So he started under 200 grams, and now he's above, above 650 grams. So he has gained quite a bit of weight. There you go. Yeah, I guess some dips there. Interesting. Man, why is this? I am dumb. Okay. I can't understand it. Really? These are all the points are a weight of Georgie's. The left column was weight in grams. Just showing how much weight he's gained. That's all. You can go back to the question, Space. Yeah, thank you. Okay. So. Ooh, this is a great question. Piper Cat said, does Georgie have a P.O. box? Funny you say that. Georgie, in particular, no. Alveus, yes. So Georgie, yeah, kinda has a P.O. box. Alveus has a P.O. box, and Alveus has an Amazon wish list for presents for all the animals. There are treats on there. There's food on there. There's toys. There's cleaning products, things that we need. So you can send something to the P.O. box by doing Command P.O., or you can buy something from the Amazon wish list, Command WL. We do a P.O. box stream once a month and open them with, usually we have a parrot in here to open the gifts with us. We just did a Christmas one. They all had stockings. It was a good time. So, yeah. Muckney said, how do frogs protect drinking water? A couple people have asked this, how do frogs protect clean drinking water? There are some tadpoles that eat algae, as well as tadpoles that eat insects and other small things, so they just keep our water really clear, which is important. Does he make any sounds? Not really. He's made some weird like growling sounds before, but I haven't actually watched him do it. Nature Nathan 22 said, what's the largest frog in the world? I want to say it's the Goliath bullfrog. Is that right? Largest frog in the world. Yeah, the Goliath frog. Grows up to 12.5 inches, so 32 centimeters long, and can weigh up to 7.2 pounds, or 3.3 kilograms. Big frog. DM Bravo said, are they all green? Are frogs all green? No, frogs come in lots of different colors. Y'all seen poison dart frogs? They come in green, yellow, red, orange, purple. Or blue. Probably not purple. Blue. They come in lots of different colors. They're really neat. So many random questions. Like, what's his shoe size? He doesn't wear shoes. Okay. A couple more questions. Serendipity do. Can frogs be trained? Hello, Amaranth. Biggest sub gift. Can frogs be trained? Great question. We have yet to really figure that out. I want to say yes. The reason that I have that red target circle, we put this red target circle in his feeding container because we would really like to target train him. I think that he is capable of associating a color with feeding time. So then, like, showing him the target or showing him the color, and then him knowing, like, okay, time to eat food right now. That's thank you for gifting. Thank you for the 10. My bait worked. Mick, thank you for the 10 gifted subs. I appreciate it. But yeah, so I'm not, we haven't actually done real training with Georgie yet, but we're trying. And if he can be, and he starts, like, responding to a target, it's pretty revolutionary. So that'd be pretty sick. Okay, last question. Last question. How much can Georgie bench press? I don't know. Not a lot. I guess, okay, 2 more questions then, because this question I've kind of already answered in the presentation. C-Dub said, do frogs and toads breathe underwater? Not really, kind of, not really. They need to breathe on land to actually breathe in their lungs, but underwater they can absorb oxygen through their skin and breathe that way, in a sense. So, yeah. All right, and Lothine O said, what is the biggest thing Georgie could eat? Oh my gosh. Wait, there are so many questions. Oh wow. Biggest thing that Georgie can eat at his size, probably like a large mouse. I don't know, a mouse like that big, maybe, but we don't give him stuff that big. Can he have a little salami? Yeah. No, we don't give him salami. All right, well. What's his favorite album? Can we do a Georgie lover host? Does sitting like that hurt as bad as... Oh, this thing? No. This is really nice. It just takes all the weight off of one of my legs, and then I can switch. Faker! Thank you for the 7. All right, folks. I think that's it for the questions. Okay, last one. Muckney said, is he overweight? Oh, he's blocking Georgie. No. He's growing at a pretty normal rate. He eats a lot, though. 7 equals 11. Oh, that is so weird. I think I just looked at it before the alert was done because it said 7, but now it says 11. Faker, thank you for the 11 gifted subs. Hello. He's obese. He's not. Ow. Can you feed him more? He wants superworms. No, he'll get fed more later today, though. But Kayla and Ella are going to work on his enclosure. Animal Quest Episode 4. Completed. I'm sorry that it was a shorter one. I really thought, because I had so many subsections, I thought that it was going to be too long. So I cut it down a little bit before today, which I wish that I didn't. So sorry, but I hope it was some decent information. Next Animal Quest, it's supposed to be the first Monday of every month, right? First Monday of every month. So. Is that a big frog on the tank right now? Yeah, that's Georgie. This is his day. How dare you hoo him? He's literally famous. No, he's not pooping. He's digging. He's trying to burrow. Do you announce the streams on Twitter? Yeah. Anyway, who's the next Animal Quest about? I'm not sure yet, because we're still trying to, I'm still trying to work with Twitch, because we're trying to do that study with Columbia University about, like, the effectiveness of live animal ambassadors. And we want to use the parrots for that, but it's been really, really hard for us to get permission through Twitch to collect the data that we need to collect through the streams. So we keep pushing parrots back. But sent another email yesterday to Twitch's data team, so hopefully they'll get back to us. Yeah, we still have to do donkeys, we have to do the crows, we have to do the chinchillas. We're going to have a bunch of insects and arachnids to do. And where's your other leg? The goats aren't ambassadors. I like Animal Quest because, one, I like doing more educational stuff. I'm still very impressed that so many of you are able to stick around for more dense educational stuff. I hope that it's interesting, kind of. They're a good time. It's hard for me to come up with the recommendation section and to make sure that people leave these streams being like, yeah, I can do this, you know, or like, I can do this for frogs, you know, I can do this for whatever. It's really hard to come up with points like that because, one, like, I don't really know where you are. I don't know what you do, you know. It's not like I can tell you, like, go volunteer at this organization and then you'll actually do it, you know. That's something that I'm really struggling with right now with Alveus and with my stream is figuring out how to make an actual tangible impact in conservation. But the important thing with streams like this anyway is that nobody's going to do anything about anything if they don't know about it. And nobody's going to do anything about anything if they don't care about it. So the knowing and caring is the first step. So if you look at it like that, if you watch the stream, that's a good start. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to come up with more things, like, I don't know, like community contests or like giveaways. I don't know, something engaging where it's like there's a quantifiable impact. It's like these people did this because they watched this, you know. It's a really hard thing to figure out. Thanks, Amaranth. Hello. So I've been doing a lot of thinking on that. We're gonna work on stuff for that for the new year. This is the first Animal Quest of 2022. 2022, we're going to start doing collabs as well, very, very soon, which is very exciting. The training center is being worked on every day. The guys get out here at 8 a.m. and they're here until dark. So they're going as fast as they can. And yeah, well, we got a lot to do in 2022 and real impact to make. So Drakes and Chat for Georgie, big time. He was a superstar today, incredible. So just captures, really knows how to capture an audience, you know? All right, my Twitch app says that I have 1.2k viewers. I'm gonna cry. Dude, the Twitch app is so broken right now. Unless it's not. That's actually really, that would be really that'd be crazy. Okay. Oh, it's myth. 7. Oh, thank God. I fell off. Okay, I am rating myth. Today is Monday. Tomorrow is Tuesday, which means we have Cringe in the Kitchen tomorrow. It is on my channel. Me, Crazy Slick, and Zoil. I'm going to teach them how to make... I say that like I know how. We're going to be making homemade pasta tomorrow on my stream. I think it's supposed to be 1 p.m. CT, but it's probably going to be 2 p.m. CT on my channel tomorrow, cooking episode. So actually, like, about this time tomorrow, I will be live again. So, see you then. Go say hi to Myth. Make it longer than 1 hour, please. What, this stream or Cringe in the Kitchen? I don't know. Oh my God, get this freaking thing out of my ear. It's so annoying. Good stream. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.